Dating Cultures Around the World by Brittany, Carmen, Ivy, Amanda, and Maria. What dating cultures are like around the world. In this presentation, we give you a taste of what different cultures are like around the world when it comes to dating. While dating may be acceptable at young ages in some countries, it is against the law in others. In the U.S., dating begins in the early teenage years. Dating is more casual in the U.S. than in other countries, meaning that although people go on dates, it does not mean they are making a commitment to each other. They may be dating other people. Most Asian Americans date and marry within their own race. Interracial couples have spiked in the past 30 years in the United States, but Asian Americans mostly date within their own race. Asian Americans that are dating are not physically affectionate in front of their parents because it is very disrespectful. In the early 1920s, while whites were dating in their youth, many urban African Americans were getting married. In the mid-1960s and 1970s, formal dating became less important. Before segregation, dating was limited, but after segregation, dating became similar to that of their white counterparts. Initially, dating included the male contacting the female to go on a date and the woman compensating with physical intimacy, which is seen as sexual exploitation. As time progressed, dating became hanging with a group of friends to do different activities. In the Central and South American culture, dating is not allowed until the teen is 15 years old. Dates usually consist of going to dance parties over the weekend in big groups. In Costa Rica, girls are generally more restricted in dating than boys. They seldom have visitors past 10 p.m. unless courtship is close to marriage. Boys sometimes ask a girl's parents for permission to date her, but this custom is disappearing and no longer occurs in urban areas. When a young couple is dating, the boy commonly is allowed a certain schedule for visiting with the girl on the porch or taking a short neighborhood walks. This may be for 2 hours during a few evenings each week. Dating in Spain occurs mainly one-to-one rather than in groups. The boy or girl can ask the other out on a date, but they split the cost of the date. In Italy and Switzerland, it is common to have a party at someone's home and sleep there once a party is over. Group dates are common in Finland and have up to 30 people in a group to go to movies for a date. Dates in Russia are done at clubs or dances where teens talk and eat. In smaller towns, however, teens meet on the street and gather around a fountain. In Madagascar, dating is expected to lead to marriage. It is not for fun. Marriages are arranged with people of similar social status. The couple can reject the proposed arrangement, but that rarely happens. Many young people marry someone from their school or neighborhood. The actual engagement is very formal. The man asks for the woman's hand at their parents' home, and the two families choose a spokesman well-versed in cabaret, which is public discourse, who present the genealogy and history of the families and praise the bride and her family. Dating in Iran is against the law, and teens are separated until they are of marrying age. Once they are of age, their families introduce them to each other, and occasionally there's a courtship. In Afghanistan, there are separate schools for girls and boys, which means they rarely meet. There is practically no dating in this culture since the parents arrange who their child will marry. In Chinese culture, they do not date until they are finished with school in order to get an education first. People in China do not date in order to find love. It is more to find someone to marry. When Chinese women look for a man, they look for someone with a house and a car, since that is an indication that he will be able to provide for her and their children. Parental involvement is uncommon in this culture. However, sometimes parents will set their children up on blind dates with someone who they think is suitable for their child. Australian teens stop dating around the age of 15 and usually go in small groups, going to dances or to the movies. Typically in Australian culture, the girl will ask the boy out and pay for the date. Most dates are done in groups until around the ages of 18 and 19. There is a growing trend to live together instead of getting married. Most Australians get married in their 20s in a traditional church.